You didn't know how much it would cost. You had no idea that the journey would be so lonely. You didn't know it would cost this much. You had no idea that you would almost lose your kids. That they would think that you were taking more time with the ministry than you were with them. No idea it would cost so much. You had no idea that people would walk away from you when you were banking on those collaborations and that connectivity to get your vision off the ground. You had no idea that you would end up in isolation. But I come tonight to remind you, the greatest sacrifice that you could ever make is not your money. It's not necessarily your time. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, and acceptable unto God. That's our reasonable service. That's your greatest sacrifice. Because when he's got you, he's got your money. When he's got you, he's got your time. When he's got you, he's got your talent. You may be in this place tonight saying, Pastor Riley, I know what it's like to almost end up spiritually bankrupt. Interceding for people, and now I need an intercessor. I know what it's like to reach for folk, and they look at me like I have a plague. You may be in this place tonight. I don't want you to leave here thinking that that's the way the story ends, because that's not how the story ends. Our God is a generational God. He's a God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And it was on this threshing floor that Abraham came to sacrifice Isaac. It is on this threshing floor where David now has to build an altar and then make a sacrifice. It is on this threshing floor Solomon will build the temple. We serve a generational God. You can set your children up for success. We have a responsibility to set the next generation up. The mentoring, the maturing of them, that's our responsibility. We lay the foundation. They will build, and it will be greater than anything you've ever seen. But if the foundation is weak, whatever they build will crumble. And in this place tonight, there are builders, but there are also broken people. There are people who are serving in ministry and auxiliaries in your churches and wherever you've come from. And you're here because you felt like you needed to be here, because you really do want to develop yourself personally. And so you kind of push the other stuff aside. But tonight you're in a place where God is saying, I came here for you. You're talking about what you came here for. God is saying he's here tonight and he came for you. And what you cannot do is go back home the way you came. You cannot go back home and think that you will be effective broken. You can only walk broken for so long before you collapse. And we're getting ready to pray. And if you were in this place tonight and you're saying, Pastor Sharon, I'm coming out of some situations. I don't mind declaring tonight that, yeah, I've been isolated. And yeah, I've had to deal with some frustrations, but no, I'm not going to continue to see them the way I've seen them. Tonight, I recognize that